We tried on our own for the first 2 months and we failed woefully. And I lost all my savings, everything. That's even before I incorporated the company. Then that one now gave me the courage to incorporate the company. And then I had more wisdom to say, okay, let me go under somebody because there's more to this than meets the eye. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere. We're going global right here. I'm your host with the most, and this is Johnny Willapa. Welcome to our YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, I'm the extraordinary, great and mighty Ngengom Bawan Donyefe, aka Lafwa in the building. Clock it, clocking it, yeah. Yeah. I guess that everybody watching this video has watched video 1 and 2. If you've not watched video 1, 2, and 3, if you've not watched video 1, you are excused. But video 2 and 3 are the foundation for this video. Video 2, we're talking about staying in this land to make it your land of promise. We're saying that it's possible to make it in Cameroon. We're saying that you don't have to travel to be proud of yourself. You are the land of promise. You have what it takes to make this land the land of promise. In video 3, we're telling you to be a visionary person. We're telling you that you're not empty. My brother, my sister, my friend, my auntie, my uncle, my grandmother, no matter how far you think you've gone in life, you are not empty. You have what it takes, and every problem that you see is something you can fix. That's it, right? So now we're entering video 4. What's video 4 about? When you now become a visionary, what's next? What do you think of doing next? Naturally, people talk about having a business plan, like, okay, setting a business plan based on the things you've seen that you want to fix. But I want to take a different route. Why? Because I feel like sometimes people feel pressure to have a business plan at that stage, and then they start panicking because they feel like, oh, I've never done this before. I don't know what to do next. They feel like a business plan is one big thing, so they tend to phase out when it gets serious. So I'll take a different route that will make you more comfortable in your journey and will ease you into doing a business plan later with good understanding. You get it? So yes, let's go. What next? 3 things. I'm going to be talking about 3 things in this video. What next first? What next second? What next third? What next first is this phase where you decide to go out there and look for somebody else who is already solving that problem that you've seen. It must not be somebody in Cameroon, it can be somebody abroad, but by God's grace, I think that there's somebody in Cameroon who is solving that problem that you have seen. There's somebody else somewhere. There's somebody in this land that has seen the same problem like you, and is probably doing something about it already. Affiliate yourself with that person. It is very, very important to start your journey with voluntary service. It's very important to start your journey with the hands-on ground experience. Why? Because whatever you've learned, or assuming you even studied it in school, assuming you have been looking at this entrepreneurial journey as something you want to do, and you think that you are ready to go out there because you've studied and you've done your theoretical research and all whatnot, you would, in fact, let me use an example that maybe I don't know much about, but let me just use this example. You could study all the marital books in this world, but when you get into marriage, there are real life shages that you will see that you know that studying was not enough. So yes, you will always need the practical on-ground experience to really know what you're getting into. So please go out there, find somebody. Ask around, don't be shy, please. You're an entrepreneur, you are the promise in this land. The promise cannot be shy. If the promise is shy, who will save the land? So yes, that's, go out there, find somebody who is already doing what you plan to do. Affiliate yourself with the person as a volunteer, as an intern, as something. Learn from the person's journey. Spend quality time attached to that person's vision. Quality time, like 6 months to 1 year. 6 months is short. 1 year, attach yourself to that person's vision. Learn daily and improve yourself. D'accord? Now I'll talk from my point of view. I personally, when I how do you call that thing? When I incorporated the company, I went to somebody else's company and I learned for 2 years and 2 months. The first 1 year and 2 months, I just learned from home. The second year, I had my office, yet I was still affiliated as a third party. So in the first 2 years, I was an affiliate to other companies. I did not have a personal service that I was offering. That was a me thing. No, I was an affiliate to other companies. We were an affiliate to other companies. So yes, that's probably what kept us afloat in the first year, because we're not trying new things that people have not tried before. We're not going to try new waters that we're very ignorant about and maybe say, okay, we have theoretical knowledge. Oh, please, let me go back. We did not automatically get there. Let's not act like we automatically had it all figured out from the beginning. No, we started on our own. We tried on our own for the first 2 months and we failed woefully. And I lost all my savings, everything. That's even before I incorporated the company. Then that one now gave me the courage to incorporate the company. And then I had more wisdom to say, okay, let me go under somebody, because there's more to this than meets the eye. You get it? So please affiliate yourself with somebody. The second thing we're going to be talking about is when you affiliate yourself with somebody and you're in the learning phase, please, whatever you were doing before you decided that you want to be the promise in the land, you should continue doing it. That's item number 2 on what we're talking about today. Continue doing what you were doing before. Don't stop it. Because most failed first-year entrepreneurs fail because they decide that business is what is going to feed them. You enter something and you don't even know how it's going to go. You don't know A from B, left from right, and you start eating from it. And before you want to notice it, there's no money to continue the business. That's when you start having financial pressure to start lying to clients, to start making certain mistakes that you could have avoided if you just had something to fall back on. Because there are many desperate choices that the first year will push you to making. And if you do not have a if you do not have a stable background, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to be under pressure. You have your landlord after you. You have certain things that are after you. And because of that pressure, you take on business deals that you're not capable of handling. Somebody comes and they says, oh, I want you to handle this for me. You're excited and you feel like, oh my God, is going to help me to pay my rent for the next 6 months. My landlord is after me. And you take on that business deal, whereas you're not ready. And because you're not ready, you mess up and then you fail. Please stand on what you were standing on before. Don't leave it. Don't leave it. In fact, I would suggest that if you have a stable job before, don't totally quit your job. And if you're totally planning to quit your job, save some. I'll give this very practical advice. Increase your savings and reduce your spending. If you have to go to a smaller house, do so. If you have to say, I want to move into a smaller house in my last maybe 1 year while I'm at this job, and then start an entrepreneurial journey next year, move into that smaller house. And within your first 2 years in that entrepreneurial journey, stay in that smaller house. Yes, do that. Plan to move into that smaller house for 3 years. You can do it. After 3 years, you get there, but just make the necessary sacrifice now. Move into a smaller house, reduce your expenses, reduce your givings, reduce your spendings, reduce whatever you're doing. Live with the bare minimum, save something so that when you start that journey, you don't feel pressure to leave because you feel like maybe before you were even better off. Because sometimes you get frustrated in the beginning because you feel like you were better off before. Maybe you should not have started this journey. There's a lot of emotional pressure. You need to handle that with a sound mind, at least financially. You get it? So yes, that's the second thing I'm going to be telling you to do today. Don't rely on that business in the first year. Don't do that. You are a being of talents. You have at least 8 things that you can do, 8 different things that you can do that are unrelated to each other. So go to something else, hang on something else, build that something else small. It might be something you're not really passionate about doing in the long run, but you are good at. There's something out there that you are really good at, but you're not really passionate about in the long run. So do that something in a small scale that will at least handle the rent, the feeding, the transportation, and then you can build that brand successfully without any financial pressure. Are we good? Yes. If we are good now, we are going to the third thing. What's the third thing? Hey, I forgot the third thing. You push over, give my... I've forgotten the third thing, but I'll throw this one in here. Give me a break. Don't go all out in your first year. Don't do that. Don't try it. Even if you have the billions or the trillions or the zillions, if you would read stories, if you would read other people's journeys, you will realize that a lot of people who think that they have or a lot of people who have applied for the finances or who think that they have the finances to go all out on their own, like rent an office, get staff, put everything in place in the first year, they've lost all that money and then they've had to start over again. Because the dream is not necessarily the reality here. It's not. Those are 2 different things. I would strongly recommend that you take your time. Prends ton temps. Take your maximum time to study the market that you're entering, to understand the systems that govern the place that you're going to be established at, to understand how to run a business, to go on Coursera, Udemy, you have plenty of them. Even if you don't have money, review a course. Review a course on entrepreneurship, financial discipline, plenty things. Review many courses and then see how it works where you're volunteering. See how they actually do things where you're volunteering. You get it? Please, taxes, get tax advice. Go to the ministry. Know what you're getting into. Don't go all out. Please, I beg you in the name of God. I beg. Don't go all out. You may have the money, yes, but please don't do that. Don't do that. A word to a wise is sufficient too. Don't come and cry later and say, oh, had I known. This is a free video. How many megabytes do you use to watch this video? Anyways, I'm sorry. That's a joke, but it's not a joke. You not use much megabytes to watch this video, so please take this almost free advice. Don't go all out in your first year. Don't allow pride get you there. Don't allow the pride of I now own an office. I am now an entrepreneur. I have to do my things my way. Please don't do that. Don't go all out. I beg you. I did not go all out, but I know people who went all out and faced difficulties that they had to shut down in their first year or the second year. I know a lot of people who went all out and had to use money from their other businesses to pump it in, and still making profits like much later because they went all out without ample experience. You don't necessarily need experience in the sense that you have to maybe start something. Where you're volunteering, where I'm sending you to go and volunteer, you can actually observe. That's the first thing you should gain the first skill you should gain as an entrepreneur. Be very observant of your environment, of everything in your environment, because you need that skill for the rest of your life. You need that skill to be able to manage your employees well. You need that skill to be able to understand your partners. You need that skill to be able to understand your clients. You need that skill to be able to understand the trends and how to move with the times. Observe your environment. Use this sense, like this one that is here like this. Use it on a daily, on a minutely, on a how do you call that in secondly. Observe your environment. Observe what the company does. Observe what other companies do. Be very observant, because when you get there, I'm saving you millions. I'm saving you millions of losses by just this one small thing like that. Don't go all out. Don't do it. Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord. So please humble yourself and don't go all out. Stay there and make sure that when you're going, you will still not be totally prepared, but at least you would have saved yourself at least 5 million with this advice. And I'm not joking. You would have saved yourself at least 5 million CFA if you're a Cameroonian and you're in Cameroon with this advice. But please don't do that. Yes, this video is not going to be a long one. I just came here to tell you the 3 next things to do. If you're already an entrepreneur and you're already in the journey, there's something here that you could still pick for your next phase. Maybe for your next branch that you're opening, for something next that you're doing. Maybe how to train your next manager or something. Yes, that's from the next video, we're going to be giving tips. One tip a day, 1 customs, 1 logistics, 1 packaging tip a day. But for now, we were setting the foundation. There's still 1 more foundation we need to set before we go into the full entrepreneurial journey. But yes, I will not be able to teach you about customs, logistics, or anything if you do not even have a clear understanding of the journey and what you ought to do and the mindset you ought to carry to go on the journey. Because without the right mindset, without the right approach, I could teach you all the custom tips and you will not even get there. So yes, it's important that you are here, and here. Please watch the second and the third video. I'm not saying this to increase likes. I'm saying this because you need to watch it to carry the right mindset into that business. You get it? Yes. That's all we're going to be talking about today. And you already know, you have known before now that I love you. But before I'm loving you, love me. Love me by liking, love me by subscribing, and love me by sharing this video. I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Bye bye.